Hello there, and welcome to video number 26. This video is on rounding and to given significant figures. The keywords here are rounding and significant figures. So rounding is when you make a number less accurate. We make it easier for us to understand. And significant figures are numbers that have a value of some kind. Now, the method that I've given you here, to round to one significant figure, we need to round the number in the first significant figure position if the number in the second significant figure's position is 5 or more. Just like any rounding that we need to do in maths, it's always about that 5 or more. If it isn't 5 or more, then we're just going to keep that number the same and everything else will become zeros after that. Okay? Two significant figures is about the number in the second significant figure column or position, and then the third significant figure position is the thing that determines whether we round up or not, and then so on for any number of significant figures thereafter that. And in pink I've written there, zeros with no value do not count as significant figures at all. Okay, now I'm just going to get rid of this little bit of pink pen that's on there somehow. Scratching a little bit of pink pen on it. What we've got in question number 1 is round 3.23589 to one significant figure. Now the first significant figure in this particular question is 3 and the second significant figure is 2 because that is the first number that has value. That's the second number that's got value. So chop it off in between the 3 and the 2 where the decimal point is. The 2 does nothing to the 3, so the answer is just 3. 0.00000. We don't need to write the 0.00000, etc. Two significant figures. Well, if I just get rid of that line there and pop a new line in, that's our second significant figure, the 2, and the 3 afterwards is the third significant figure. So the 3 does nothing to that 2. Therefore, our answer is 3.2. And if we're going to round it to three significant figures, which is slightly more accurate, but still less accurate than the actual number that we've got, we're going to go 3.235. Now the fourth significant figure is going to round this 3 up to a 4. So 3.24 is what the final answer would be to three significant figures worth of rounding. Okay, now, hope that makes sense. Question number 2. The mass of a grain of rice is 0.0029875 grams. We need to round this to two significant figures. Now, I'm not sure if that is the actual mass of a grain of rice. I've made it up, but this could be about right. Now, two significant figures. Now, this is where we have to pay attention to the pink bit of writing that I've written. Zeros with no value do not count as significant figures. So first 0 has no value. It's worth no units. That's worth no tenths. That's worth no hundredths. But that is our first number that has some value. So that is classed as our first significant figure, the number 2. The 9 is the second significant figure, and the 8 is the third significant figure. So I'm going to chop it off there, in between the 9 and the 8. The 8 is going to round the 9 up to 10, which is going to bump that 2 up by 1 as well. Okay, so that would become 0.00, because those zeros still are there. You can't just get rid of them, like I did in the first time I did this video. So thanks to Dan for pointing that out for me. I'm going to make that 0.0030. Okay, it's gone up from 29 there to 30. All right. Now three significant figures. The third significant figure is the 8. The fourth significant figure is the 7. The 7 rounds the 8 up to a 9, and then we will have 0.00299. Okay, 299. That one rounds up to a 9. Okay, now in the third question, move myself over there. Lenny has rounded a number to 450 to two significant figures. Write down 3 different numbers that the number could have originally been. So what we're doing there is we're looking at the number 450. So 4, 5, and then we're thinking maybe 1 could go after that. Would that number 451 round to two significant figures to 450. So it's kind of, we're working it backwards. And we have thinking in reverse. That number 1 does nothing to that 5, and then everything else becomes 0. So yes, that would be an acceptable number to choose, 451. As would 452 be, and 453, 454, and 455 even, right? We could argue that that would be, because 454.9 recurring technically could be written as 455, but we won't write that one. We've got plenty to choose from. So I'm going to write down 452, but I'm also going to show you that 449 would work, because you could chop it off there, and 9 rounds that up to a 5. That would become 450. So we'll choose 449 as well, just to be awkward. You could have 448, 47, 46, and 45. All right. There you go. There's how you do rounding to given significant figures. Thanks for watching. Plenty of subscribers have joined recently, 90 now, which is amazing. Which might not make sense, because I might have said there weren't any in the video after this one, but this one has been remade. I've remade this one. All right, so now that makes sense if that was the case, if you were listening carefully. Anyway, liking the video would be a lovely thing to do if you've enjoyed it or learned something from it. And there will be some practice questions for you to try in the description section. Just click the link and you'll be able to do that and improve your skills in maths. Okay, and it won't take you too long either. That's the plan. Thanks for watching. See you next time.